Hello, welcome to either seeing this video online where I've posted it or seeing it in the classroom from coming in for the night to go over what remote learning will look like for our fifth graders. Quick introduction, I am Miss Judd or Megan Judd, whichever you're more comfortable calling me. I am very excited to have students this year, either in person or remote. I just miss the kiddos. So we will be going over how to access everything and make sure that everyone is on the same page. So, first things first, this is what my background is, obviously. This is a blank slate to start. Students will need to log into their Chromebooks or any computer. If they are logged into a Chromebook, it will be easier, I will warn you, because then they will automatically be logged into everything else that they need to. If not, don't worry about it. They'll just have to type in their login names and passwords, which will be fine because they should have it on their little, sorry, it's hard to show, their little green card. It's like a library checkout card, and it has their name, their class number, their email, and their password. And that email and password will be their username and password on all of the things that I'm showing you today, except for, well, it's a little bit on Class Dojo, so because they've logged in using that. Okay, so to start off, we just start out with a blank canvas. I'm going to click on Google Chrome. For students, they should have it probably down in the bottom. Since I'm not filming this on a Chromebook, it won't look exactly the same. So for me, it's going to come up as Google to start off. Students, it will be the school webpage. I've been telling them to either open a new tab and then go to either go to Google or wait for Google to pop up. It just depends on what you're doing. And we're going to go look for these Google apps. Okay, so this will be what students will be doing first thing in the morning to get their assignments and be aware of what's going on. So they should click on these Google apps, and then over here, they will need to be going to their email. I will be sending an email to them at 8 a.m. every day that we have remote learning that outlines exactly what they will need to complete for the day for it to be like the school day. Okay, so I'm going to click on Gmail. Okay, so it will pop up with their inbox. Hopefully, I figured out how to blur all of my own emails, but it should pop up big, nice at the top at 8 a.m. So then I will show you an example from my drafts of what it will look like. Okay, this is an example of what a remote learning email will look like. It will say good morning and tell them the date, and it will remind you to do attendance on Teacher Ease. I will go over attendance right after I finish going over email. Okay, so I go over and say, here's your work for the day and where you can find it. Underneath that in bold, it says, remember to reply to me to let me know you've finished or to ask any questions. I'm asking students to let me know that they've finished their work for the day or just to send me a message so that I can keep track of who's definitely reading this email and who's just clicking on going straight to Google Classroom instead. It lets me know what they definitely have completed and what things they may not have completed because they didn't read everything that they were necessarily supposed to do. So for example, for reading, it says watch the video about character traits and evidence. Okay, so that video is on Google Classroom. I will put where to find it afterwards. Okay, and then it tells you to read page 21 to 29 in A Year Down Yonder. I will let you know if it's open book or not. Most of the things in my classroom are open book because the world is big and wide, and I think that you have to learn how to use the resources that you have in a timely manner. Okay, so these are examples, video and slides on Google Classroom. I will tell them to have a wonderful day and sign off. When they reply, it will be, oh, that's not what I wanted. It will be down in the bottom over here. There will be a reply button. I have it set up to where they won't reply to everyone. They will only reply to me. So even if they have questions and they may think, oh, I don't want my friends to see my questions, they can reply directly to me. It will be okay. And I will be here to answer their questions. That's what I'm here for. I can be tech support and teacher all in one. So that was an example of that. For attendance, sorry, I had to pause for a moment to make sure that I had the right paper up. For attendance, this is the way that Teacher Ease has it. If the expectation of checking in has changed for um, the specific time frame that we're in, I will let you know through that email that I'm sending to the students. So I will let you know as soon as I know. Sorry, I will let you know as soon as I know for what different expectations there are for remote learning. Okay, so to check in for e-learning day or remote learning day, parents or students, if you have a student account on there, but parents can check in. So once they log into TeacherEase, it should give them the option to please check into e-learning. It'll like pop up. Please don't hit cancel. Click to check in to say, yep, my student is doing schoolwork today. After you hit the check-in, you will get a confirmation. And then you may continue on to whatever work you're doing for that time. Okay, now let's jump into Google Classroom. So I'm going to go back to actually my email tab, and I am going to, do you see how on the email it has these, you still have your 9 dots, the Google Apps. You can click there, and students should be able to find Classroom from there. Please keep in mind while Classroom is loading that Classroom is going to look a little bit different for me because I'm the teacher versus students who have individual work. Okay, students will need to click on My Class. Okay, I recommend having both tabs open. So like having one tab over here that has the email open so you can go through and be like, okay, I can do this for reading. So you read it and do it and then go over here and do reading. So you can go back and forth very easily. Otherwise, it may be tedious to be like, oh, wait, what did I need to do for that? Or what I have to do? Was that really on Google Classroom? So just having both tabs open to be able to flip back and forth and see is very helpful in my opinion. So in Google Classroom, I have it turned off to where the assignments are not just going to pop up on the stream itself. Students will need to go into the classwork because that's what they're doing. They're doing their classwork. This is where assignments and different things will pop up in different topics. Any topics that pop up off to the side are topics that students have with me for that class. So, for example, if a student is not in my word work or reading or writing, word work, reading, and writing will not pop up off to the side. It will only pop up if they have assignments in that topic. So once they get to classwork, and they can choose a topic to work on, okay, they can click it over here or they can scroll down in the middle. I highly recommend clicking it over here though, because then it shortens it and makes it much easier to find. As you can see, this will look a little bit different from students because the gray ones are ones that are unassigned yet for me. So students will have the other ones. So let's say I want to go to, I'm going to click on word work. So in word work, I'm looking for ones that are assigned. We have this is a video. So these are different videos of what will be required. Here we have an assignment that has a date range through 8/28, which I will probably update because of everything that's going on. Okay, so this is their digital packet that they're using throughout that. So it's an assignment that they will need to be able to access more than once. So students will need to click on it. And for me, I can see everyone's work. For them, they will just see their work and the instructions. Okay, so they will just see their work and the instructions. Over here, where I am wiggling my mouse, give me 1 second to make sure you can see. Over here in this corner on student screens, there will be a section that says My Work after they've opened it at least once. After they've opened it at least once, it will say my work. And when it says my work, that is what they need to click on in order to work on that packet. Okay, I know I'm giving you a lot of information. Please keep in mind, I am going to post this video both on the stream on Google Classroom. So if you can get to there, then you can rewatch it. I'm also going to post it on Class Dojo and anywhere where I can post things out for parents to view so that you can review it and rewatch it if need be. So after a student has completed something, there will be a turn in option that they can turn it in. Excuse me. If it is on Google Forms, it will turn it in for them. But please keep in mind, students need to be working carefully on Google Forms because many assignments will only let them do it once. So they need to work carefully and complete a Google form if they start it within one sitting. I will show you what a Google form looks like. So for example, we have we can look at the math homework from earlier this week. So when I click on it, there is a lesson video. Actually, let's go through topics so that you can see what that looks like. So if I click on math and I'm looking at the 1.2 math homework, see in the instructions, there's the video. Students will need to click on that. And then the video of me teaching, we're going to have some inception here. The video of me teaching it will be there. Please remind students that they can pause if I go too fast. So there's the video. For math in particular, you'll definitely want to watch the video and work in the math book alongside at the same time as me. For math, there's also homework on here. Instead of completing just the homework in the book, I expect students to complete the homework in here. The homework in the book is just extra practice. The homework in here lets me know if they get it or not. So I'll show you what that looks like. On here, it shows up as a Google Forms. They will be logged in and under their email. Obviously, this is mine. So it is multiple choice. However, it will grade it because it is multiple choice. It will grade it immediately and give immediate feedback to students to let them know, yep, you're getting it, or you're not quite getting it. So at least, and it will show them what the correct answer is so that they can at least see, okay, this is what the correct answer would be. Once again, if you find any errors in these, I'm human, I make mistakes. Send me an email, I will correct it, and it will correct it for everyone after I correct it. So students will complete it, and if they need to write things off to the side, they're allowed to. If they need to look back in their book, they're allowed to. They're allowed to use what resources they have while doing these. They will click submit. If they leave anything blank, it won't let them because it's required. So it will go back and they need to complete each question and look at it. Okay, I know, a lot of information. That's how a Google Forms looks. If there is an assignment that has a Google Slides, so for example, I will go back to Word Work. The Google Slides, when they open it, there will be different things for them to fill out and do. There will be a video with it. So for example, here I have the video with it to review both. That is a great picture of me. If they are doing this side by side, I would recommend taking the tab off. I am just dragging and dropping it. And I would take it and drag and drop it all the way off the side of the screen. So if you drag it off to the side of the screen, if you drag it all the way off, it will separate it into half of the screen. Then I'm going to click on whatever I want to be the other half. So I click back over here and I click on the digital version. Sorry, I'm kind of in the way. Okay. So now students would have the ability to watch the video and be filling things out at the same time. If that's too tricky and you feel like, wow, I don't feel very confident about putting things side by side, then just pause the video and go back and forth. It doesn't hurt anybody to do either way. Okay. For the most part, I think that is everything that I can think of that students will encounter um, on Google Classroom, other than just making sure that they are reading the book when I say to read certain pages in the email, because I don't make an assignment on Google Classroom for reading pages in a book, in a textbook. Um, I will make, if there is anything specific I'd like to discuss from those pages, I will make a quick video to discuss it, and I will label that on Google Classroom and tell students to like leave comments underneath the video. But other than that, I feel like that pretty well covers everything that we've either done the first week or will be doing soon. On Google Classroom, I do have the ability to invite guardians. It You then can get a email if either weekly or daily about missing assignments and different things like that. If you are interested in that, please send me an email with your email address or send me a Dojo message with your email address. As you can see, I already have several who are added from previous years. After you are added onto there, like, so if students go into junior high and anything and are doing things in Google Classroom as well, you do not have to be re-added to them. They will stay, you will stay connected to their account as a guardian. Which I thought was interesting. So now I'm going to show you Class Dojo. Class Dojo. So if you just type in Class Dojo in any computer, it will bring you to Class Dojo. It's not only an app on your phone. There is the app on your phone. I'm actually going to make myself a little bit bigger now so that I can show you the app. So this is what the app looks like for me. I clicked on Class Dojo in my 5th grade class. I have all of the students, monsters. There is also Class Story, where I will be posting, oh, there we go, where I will be posting different information and pictures of handouts or links to any handouts, and I will be notifying you of any information as quickly as possible. So as you can see, it knows who I am. So I'm going to go into my 5th grade class. If you have multiple children, I think different classes will pop up. So you will have access to your student's portfolio. That's their own individual portfolio that, like, if they make a drawing on Class Dojo or something, they can post it there or different things like that. Class Story is where, see, I still need people to connect. But Class Story is where I will post everything that I can. So for example, I have the remote learning handout here, which goes over and repeats everything that I am talking about. You should have a copy of this. If not, it is on Class Dojo, and I will be posting it out anywhere that I can. I have shared it with the office, so if you need a copy, you could go in there and ask, along with an example of the email. On here, the best way to contact me is through Class Dojo, but also feel free to email me at mjudd@neogususd3.net. It's the same email that is sending out the emails to students every morning at 8 a.m. Class Dojo also has the ability for messages. This is why it's the easiest way to get a hold of me. Messages works a lot like sending me a direct text message. Instead of going to my email, which I may not check after school hours, Class Dojo sends me a direct message and gives me an update on my phone saying, hey, this parent messaged you about this, or hey, you have this message. Those messages are much easier for me to respond to quickly and efficiently, whereas an email I can respond to quickly. I'm just not constantly checking my email, and I don't get constant notifications for each email. I hope that answered majority of your questions. I am going to actually end on this page where it talks about how Class Dojo is the best way to contact me, and this is my email. Please, 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 if you have questions or you're like, wow, that didn't explain anything to me, please feel free to send me an email or to connect to Class Dojo and send me a message. If you are not currently connected to your student's Class Dojo, send me an email and I will send you a code that will directly connect you to your student, either a code or a link. The link will connect you to Class Dojo, and you'll just click on which student um, you are going to be connected to, and I will then approve it. I'm happy to have met students for the first week. I am very excited to move forward. Regardless of which direction we are going, I am happy that I've gotten to know a little bit of their personalities, and I am ecstatic to have a successful fifth grade year. Thank you, and I will be in touch.